Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Full Force morning show, which is kind of turning out to be. But yes, this is a special unboxing live with me, Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic 80, brought to you by the good folks at Diamond Select Toys and, of course, General's Joe's REBORN.com. So, first, what are we getting into today? A couple of Destro busts. Yes, this Legends in 3. This is heavy as hell. Legends in 3D bust. Anybody? No, bust. So we've got this one to get into, this Destro one. It's a big old boy. I don't know how I'm going to fit this on the screen. And this one as well. Ugh, yeah, Profit Director, shiny. So we're going to be busting these out. Yeah, see what I did there? Bust. Anybody? No, busting. So yeah, let's get into it, I guess. We've got a few people watching already. Hello, everybody. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Philly. Tea and biscuits. Yeah, exactly. These Legends in 3D busts are going to be cool, I think. This is so heavy. It's wow. And well, yeah, I suppose let's get into it. Let's get stuck into this fun unboxing. Fun boxing. Right then, Freddie Vargas has gone straight in with the questions, taking me way off course, saying, is G.I. Joe Classified ever going to make a Joseph Colton figure, ? I'd imagine so, Freddie, at some point. He's pretty prominent in the history, of course, and of course in all aspects of G.I. Joe. So I would be very surprised if he isn't covered at some point in the line. I've got my little slicey thing, but I don't think I need it. It's actually just a flat box maneuver. Who'd have thought? Right, let's see. This is the first Destro one. Ooh, and we've got a nice little card. I don't know what that number is. Whoever wrote that wrote it backwards, upside down. Is that zero? I don't know. Tell me what that number is, guys. I'll be very interested to know what number that is of 1,000. 579, is it? They just put a 0 in front of it for the sake of it. Anyway, nice little postcard. It's got nothing on the back. It's just that, but it's a very nice little card there. It's kind of like a certificate, basically, of authenticity, I guess. Yeah, this is an authentic Diamond Select Toys G.I. Joe Destro half-scale resin bust. Looks like 579 of 1,000. Getting in the middle there, aren't I? Right, so it's one of these jobs. So there will be something to utilize the slicer for. So I'm going to turn this upside down and just let it fall out onto my lap. Kitty said, thank you, Freddie. Yeah, it does look like 579, doesn't it? The box is nice. It's got Legends in 3 dimensions on the side, Destro's name, and so on. So on the bottom's that, and then the top's got the Cobra logo on it. There you go. But the box isn't why you're here. It's this. So obviously we've got this tape around the middle in one of these massive polystyrene, or whatever you guys call it in the US, containers, I would call it, I guess. Okay, just getting the tape cut here. Interesting. Yeah, just obviously I've had products that come in this kind of like container before. Usually it's electronic equipment, isn't it? Like a fridge. Can you imagine me unboxing a fridge on this channel? That would be hilarious. And maybe I'll leave one side connected so that I can do kind of like a doorway opening. See if that works. Oh, wow. Okay, this is a nice little reveal, isn't it? If I do it like this. Ready? And watch it fall out and break as soon as I open it. There he is, inside in one piece. Let's take him out. He really is heavy. That is one heavy desk. This is awesome. Oh, wow. Okay. So take the plastic off. There we go. Oh my goodness. There's so much going on here. Okay. So this Let's flex this down as well so you can actually see Destro himself. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Let's put him in the middle. Well, isn't he pretty? So there's a lot going on here. Beautifully detailed. Like, again, like when you get really close to it, there's lovely aspects in the sculpt. It does say who did all the design and stuff. It's actually the same blurb as the gallery diorama statue, but then it says this approximately 10-inch tall half-scale bust of Destro is based on his appearance in G.I. Joe: A Real American Hero. It features a high level of detail and exacting paint applications. I've never heard that before, and is limited to an edition of 1,000 pieces. Designed by Joe Allard, sculpted by Jorge Santos Souza, who I think did the Snake Eyes diorama gallery one, didn't he? I've got it right here, so I could double check that. Yeah, Jorge Santos Souza did the Snake Eyes one as well. He's probably done a lot of these, but this is glorious. The detail on it. Look at the back. Just check the back out. That kind of muscle definition and the material and everything. And then you got that kind of like seam running up the back of the collar, which is a nice kind of realistic touch. And then that seam kind of not seam, but that kind of like edging on the kind of clothing kind of continues around the edge of the collar. Very nice. Then you've got the base in the place London, and then you've got like the Cobra kind of like sigil there on the back of the base. This is supposed to be his wrist gauntlet, basically, kind of like a kind of a play on that, basically. 2 grenades, red ones in there. This is heavier than the other diorama statues and stuff like this. Much heavier. This is so heavy in actual fact. Then we've got the little kind of wrist rockets as well on the base. It's a nice little touch there. Oh, nice bit of information on the bottom. Yeah, they did not write that very neatly, did they? But it is 579, I think. 2022 Hasbro, all rights reserved, manufactured by Diamond Select Toys, made in China. There you go. And it's got some nice little kind of footers on there, kind of soft footers. So when you put it on the table or something, it doesn't scratch or anything. So that's nice. And they're nice and soft and like squidgy. So that's a nice touch. But yeah, the detail on the base itself is gorgeous. And then you got that beautiful, it moves great. The chain is kind of loose. The actual medallion kind of gem is kind of connected to the body, the sexy chest there, but the chain is like loose around the neck, which is nice. Kind of like a nice added kind of bit of depth and stuff. Yeah, I like that. And obviously the head sculpt is phenomenal. The green eyes, the gorgeous like paint application on the actual head to kind of give it that definition and all the different lines and everything in there. Beautiful. This is and I like the red inside as well is nice as well. So they've gone very much like what they think the reality of his kind of more cartoony collar would look like, rather than where we've got the padded kind of style with most modern Destros nowadays. But that is really nice. Cobra Commander. Sorry, just someone wanted to do the voice in Destro's voice there. Andy, intense, epic excitement. For some reason, I thought it was bigger, says Philly. That's actually, do you know what? I also thought it was a little bigger. One half scale, though. Is that about half my head? No. Weight, in terms of weight, hello, Mark, it is very heavy. I do have a scale. And I think it tells you the weight on the website, which I will just kind of quickly have a butcher's at, because it is very heavy. Diamond Select Toys, Destro, bust. Anybody? No, bust. I'm going to keep doing that joke each time. Diamond Select Toys, where are you? Yeah, it's here. In terms of it is hefty, and I am actually surprised at how heavy this is. Oddly, it didn't feel this heavy in the box. What's that about? I lifted the box a minute ago and thought, yeah, it's not that heavy. Okay, so in terms of, oh, it doesn't actually tell you what the weight is. It kind of says, click on this for all the weight information, and then it doesn't actually tell you. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. Okay, so I don't know is the answer to that, but it's heavy is all I can tell you. There's like a little thing to kind of click on to say like, you know, weight and all the dimensions and everything, and then it doesn't actually have that on there. But it's a beauty. It's definitely, well, that's got to be what, 4 pounds maybe heavier than that. I don't know. It's very hard to. I'm crap with judging weight and all that kind of stuff anyway. So there you go. That is bust one, which will pop over here for now, and you can just chill out there, Destro, and be amazing on screen. It really is awesome. I really like this. My dear Commander, says Robert, is it a plastic type material similar to full figure statues? No, it's definitely. I don't know what the material is. That I should have looked at it. It's not PVC, is it? I don't know. It might be the same as the other ones we've had. It doesn't tell you anywhere, does it? No, I don't think it does say anything. It does feel a little more substantial, heavier, more intense than the other statues, definitely. It is Fire Philly. He doesn't talk, unfortunately. That was just me that was doing that. I wasn't intending to get this, but it looks nice. It really is pretty cool. And again, we'll bust open the Prophet Director in a second as well. All we need now is a fabric bust of Destro to go with it, says Robert H. And yeah, in terms of yeah, I think, sorry, Mark, the question earlier was about a classified Joe Colton. But yes, they are doing a Joe Colton, or they've revealed it at SDCC as well, haven't they? They've shown it off their statue, gallery diorama one where he's fighting a snake on his pontoon boat, which is pretty cool. So I wouldn't know. I would expect classified to get involved with that at some point as well. Right, now I've got. Oh, this is much clearer. Now this was for the 40th anniversary, and this is a PX exclusive. And is Prophet Director Destro, and I excuse me, and I have 752 of 1,000 on this one. So that's nice. W, are they going to do a Prophet Director repaint of the shooting statue? They have done. I showed it off on the unboxing, on the last unboxing, the second to last unboxing, 2 unboxings ago. So yeah, it's really cool as well. So let's get Prophet Director out. It's odd. I think it's just because, you know, the box is easy. It's not as awkward in terms of where to hold it and carry it, so it doesn't feel as heavy. And then when you get the thing out, it's heavier. It's like the weight version of the TARDIS. Okay, that's that bit done. I'll tell you what, this slice tool is very, very handy. I love it. It's on my person most of the time. I'm going to do the same thing where I only cut one side and kind of like open it out to reveal it, he says, without cutting one of the sides. There we go. All right, okay, cool. I open it upside down. Okay, so I was a bit worried then something fell out, but it was just one of the don't eat silica gels, which I just can't get enough of. They're so yummy. There he is. Let's get him out. I mean, it's exactly the same thing, just sexier colors. Put that on the floor there. Get that silica gel out of the house so the kids don't eat it, aka me. I don't have any kids. I have one fur baby. So yeah, I kind of do. And here is Prophet Director Destro. There's a nice little comparison of the two. Let's get him a bit closer. this is a beautiful deco. And again, I think the paint apps on this bring out a lot of the details even more so. If we flip round the back, that kind of maroon color on the main body is really nice. Look at that, how it shows off all those like muscly bits and the stretch of the fabric and everything. Really nice. Again, you can see it's black on the underside here in the same way that obviously this Destro is. So effectively there's no change there. Still got the seam running down the middle, and the edging of the kind of like sewing and everything's really nice. And then we've got, obviously when you flip them around, actually let's continue looking at the back. At the how am I gonna, I have to hold by the heads. There you go. So you've got the red one on Destro with the red grenades, and then you've got the gold with the gold grenades on the wrist gauntlet for Prophet Director, and the base is black. So you've got like I said, where you've got the wrist rockets in kind of like the silver color for this Destro. You got it in black and gold for this one, and again you got the wrist rockets all there. They can't come out, by the way. They're all like fixed on there, but they're kind of, you can tell they've been like, you know, sculpted and then attached, which is kind of nice. Same with the grenades. I think they've been kind of set in that little space, but there's a lot of like, you know, a depth and dimension to it. Obviously it's a legend in 3 dimension, and then obviously the kind of the main talking point would be the main, you know, like the heads and the collar and all the differences in deco there as well. So again, we've got the same kind of situation with the loose chain but the connected gem, and the gems are slightly different. Obviously the chain is gold this time, where the chain was silver on the other one, and the gem is a different color as well. It's like a brighter red, like a lighter red, almost like a pink, where this one is kind of like a deep red color on the regular Destro. And of course the gold and the silver. I love the gold head. It's very, I don't know, it just looks really cool. It looks really like, you know, regal for him, doesn't it? Like this is his kind of, I don't know, kind of more regal aspect. And then of course you've got the insane kind of like leopard print inside the collar on that kind of like lighter, very light with a hint of yellow in there, and then the black pattern. Yeah, really nice. Chests, I think, kind of painted the same, but it's one of those illusions, isn't it? Where, no, I think they are painted the same, but it's it feels like one of those illusions where they look different because of the colors around them. Yeah, there are the Destros. Very nice indeed. Yeah, these are heavy. They're knocking the whole thing around. The whole screen is getting shook by these bad boys. Very nice. I do like these a lot. And again, so heavy. I'm going to kind of spread them out a little bit. There we go. So we can have all 3 of our heads in. And then the bearded Destro in the middle. Cool. I've missed loads of comments. Not loads, a few. Are they going? Yeah, I've done that one. What are you going to do with yours, Chris? On display for into the Indiana Jones storage vault. Full disclosure, we are buying a house this year. Yay! So we'll be moving, and obviously when that happens eventually, we'll be you know, setting up our own little spaces, including a whole studio is what I'm gonna, you know, set up so we can do everything in a more professional setting. And then I'm going to have a lot of this stuff on display. So all the statues are definitely going to be out on display, Mark, no doubt about it. They might have to go into storage initially, but they'll be getting pulled out to, you know, to go on display almost certainly, because these are actually really nice. I do love these a lot. It's one of those things where I never would have picked these up myself. I never would have gone out and got them, you know, mainly because I'm just not a statue guy and haven't really been a statue guy for a long time. The last statues I had were probably going back to that one where Snake Eyes is hanging off the Cobra logo. I think it might even be a Palisades one. I don't think I've had any others after that. If I have, I pick them up in maybe like collections and stuff like that, or, you know, I didn't literally go out of my way to get statues necessarily. So because like you kind of have to like sometimes you have to go, okay, I have to draw a line here in my collecting scenario, in my collecting habits, otherwise it's going to get out of hand. And early on, I picked up a few of the old ones, the old statues, because I wanted to be more like a completist, but then haven't really picked any up since then. Hello, Cully. They look cool. Very Silver Surfer. Yeah, I mean, Destro's got that Silver Surfer vibe, hasn't he, in his head, especially this one, the silver one. No, I agree with that, definitely. Ryan Daly says, new subline, Prophet Director repaints of Baroness, Scrap Iron, Storm Shadow, Televipers, etc. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Leopard Force, you'd have to call it. There is kind of a subline of Prophet Director figures and statues. And there's a whole collection you can get really now of Prophet Director stuff. You've got the classified figure, you've got the original, if you can, it's a bit rare, but if you can get it. You've got, the kind of one that shouldn't have been out. There's a whole debate, I think, about whether it actually made it out or not. But I don't know. I think the general consensus is that it kind of snuck out there. There is a, it's you'll have to search in the history of that particular figure. But in terms of that, the classified figure, this one, the other gallery diorama one, there's more as well, which I can't think off the top of my head, but there's definitely more of those kind of things too. Thank you very much, Mark, on the congratulations there. Is there hope for Cobra Shock Troopers and Green Shirts, male, female 2-pack for maybe 2024? I haven't heard of those, Super Cyan. That doesn't mean that they're not coming. But I would say that they're probably eventually going to happen, as long as classified keeps going. If that's what I assume you're talking classified on that one. But I could see both of those being utilized in the future. If not 2024, 2025, because they're talking about what they're going to be doing for 2025 already as well at the moment. You meant the Silent Castle comic cover figure 6-pack. Did I? What was I talking about? Or were you talking to somebody else in the chat? Because I don't know what that means. Let me know what you're talking about, and I will, I'll agree with you or disagree with you, depending on what it is. WJ says, yeah, Silver Surfer-esque, absolutely. Good morning, Flaffle. Chrome Stro, says WJ. Yeah, Gold Stro and Chrome Stro. Rob H, clearly these are going to be hood ornaments for your car. Nothing ridiculous about that. No visibility issues at all. No. I'd be up for sticking these like where the Rolls Royce thing comes out, or like whatever the fancy cars have, when the kind of like hood statue comes out. That's what Destro has on his motor. Morning, Jeremy. Good day, Tombs. What would the Prophet Director sub team be called? Yeah, indeed. It would probably be called the Prophet Directors. Yeah, the figure 6-pack. Oh, the snake eyes hanging on the Cobra standing bust. I see what you mean. Right, yeah. I see what you're saying now. That's from the right. I didn't say anything about where it was from or what the homage was initially, so I don't know why you were correcting me. But all I was saying was that it was a Palisades statue. I think that's all I said about it. But where he's hanging from the Cobra thing, yeah, that's the last one I bought, like directly, if you know what I'm saying. What else are we saying? Did I talk about the issue 21 statue with snake eyes hanging down? I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. Yes, again, I was. Yeah, I've said it twice now. Should have painted your face to fit in. I should have done, shouldn't I? Like, maybe done it red. I'd love to see, genuinely, I would love to see Destro done in Python Patrol, like they did with Super 7, but I'll give him a red helmet, because I think that would be so cool as a Python Patrol red, with like the black and then the red cross things on it. I think that would be sick. You wouldn't have to do his helmet with the pattern on it. That would be kind of mental. But I'd love to see a red helmet, maroon, whatever color you'd want to throw on there. But yeah, that's the last one I bought, like directly, if you know what I'm saying. Did I talk about the issue 21 statue with snake eyes hanging down? I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. Yes, again, I was. Yeah, I've said it twice now. But I'd love to see that kind of dark red helmet for him. That's what I should have painted my face. Iron Grenadiers, yeah, I guess. Oh no, Mark, you had that Snake Eyes Palisades statue and it fell off the wall and smashed. That sucks. I'm so sorry. That really does suck. The Money Movers is a good name, Robert H. I'm not going to read that one out, Jeremy. Yeah, it's all good. Figure six pack. Got you, mate. Flaffle says, anyone noticed that in 100 classified figures, only one Mad Marauder? Well, Flaffle 57, and here's a big wink coming up. I would expect that maybe we might see some more in the near future. Yeah? I expect we might see some more Mad Marauders in the near future. It would be nice to see a Destro statue with actual chrome on his head, says WJ. Yeah, the chroming, they do seem to avoid that, apart from Super 7. Super 7 seem to chrome, don't they? But yeah, that would actually be quite cool because it's a statue. So you're it's very unlikely that you'll get the chrome peeling off and stuff like that because it won't be rubbing against stuff like an articulated figure, or be utilized in the same way as an action figure. It'd just be there stationary. So yeah, I'd like to see that one for once. Absolutely, it would be a good idea. Yeah, maybe there's a reason they don't do it. Red Jackal repaint, Jeremy. Absolutely. Actually, come to think of that, I believe Andrew Franks is going to lend me because he just got his Red Jackal, and I don't know. He got a few Super 7 exclusives in, and I think one of them might be Red Jackal. So maybe we'll do an unboxing maybe before the weekly tomorrow morning. We'll see how that goes. Cool. Yeah, there you go. That's Destro or Destros. I love these. They're so cool. And like I said, I never would have gone in for these had they not been kind of like handed to me by the good folks at Diamond Select Toys. And I will also say that it might be one of those things where it starts putting me down another rabbit hole in terms of a GI rabbit hole. Yeah, I'm looking at that blue Baroness and thinking, yeah, I might need to get that one as well. They're actually really good price-wise. That always gets me because of the quality. And like I said, the paint applications, the sculpt is really nice. The weight of these things are really hefty. The Destro, these are more expensive. You're talking 175 for the Destro and Legends 3D bust, this guy right here. So they are a lot more expensive. Same for this one as well. That's 175 on their website. Links are in the description as well. But they are very well done, very fancy. Like I said, you know, the deco, the application, the deco application, the sculpt, everything about them is high quality, and they are very, very heavy. Like you have to really give it some. They are heavy as hell. Like it's crazy. So yeah, just like, you know, if this is something you like and is your thing, then great. If not a big deal. You know, like obviously, but you know, again, price is going to come into that too. Don't get me wrong. What I was going to say, the gallery statue dioramas are only $59.99, and I'm not quite sure how, because that seems to be very, you know, like very reasonably priced. These are definitely higher on the price scale, but you definitely feel it in terms of weight and in terms of all the other aspects of these, and they're really cool. So yeah, awesome stuff. Anyway, there you go. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Let's just bring this one to a close, but before we do that, slight transition. There we go. Not that it makes any difference really, but there you go. Yeah, thank you very much for jumping on, guys. Oh, Robert H, here we go. This is a bit more information on chroming for us. Can be bad for the health of the factory workers, especially in places that have lower safety standards, like toy factories overseas. Hasbro has said once that's why they don't chrome nowadays. Thank you, Robert H. I appreciate that little bit of extra information. That is actually a good reason why not to in this case. And yeah, that's of course the health of the factory workers has to really kind of come first on that one. And yeah, it's chroming is it's been one of those ones, hasn't it, where it was done back in the day a lot, and there have been a lot of health issues since. So I totally understand that. I want to see the file card so we can see if he's Slavic or Scottish. They haven't. There's no file card for this. They just have that usual thing on the back. Yeah, it's the same. It's literally the same kind of information that's on the gallery diorama one, the one they take from the file card. They don't really go into that one on Honestly WJ. But yeah. DJ5 Ash, I bet if I had a necklace like that, I could get some hot chicks like the Baroness. I don't know. You might need the chest to go with it as well. Not saying that you don't, but you might need to if you're rocking a medal like that. Oh, you're referring to Jackal, says WJ. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yes. Well, we'll look at, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying now. Yes, we will have a look at that when I get it, maybe tomorrow morning. We'll see how it is. Sorry I didn't do a morning show yesterday. Just didn't have the time. Was kind of busy with work. So had to kind of make sure that was done, unfortunately. So we didn't get anything in the morning yesterday. That hasn't really knocked us back, though, because we've been churning this stuff out. I was going to also do a sort of double header, but then I realized it was really pointless considering we've got the weekly tomorrow. Yeah, I was going to do a little bit of a report on what happened yesterday with the Hasbro in Hong Kong HasLab His Tank kind of display, because we saw those lovely figures in their boxes finally, and the carded Retro Cobra Commander. So I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a report on that, but honestly, we'll be covering that in depth tomorrow morning. So it's no big deal. So tomorrow, whatever we'll be doing, there'll be something tomorrow morning. Very likely some sort of unboxing. I imagine it will be the SDCC exclusives from my wonderful friend Andrew Franks of Boss Fight Studios fame. We will have a look at those and yeah, give them a kind of unboxing and a checkout on the channel. If that doesn't happen, don't worry. Oh, and I got my actual shipping notification for Dusty and Crimson Guard and Big Ben and Range Viper for classified. So I've got those 4 figures to do when they come in. Again, that will probably be next week as we get through a lot more of other stuff. I've got 2 more Diamond Select Toys unboxings to do. We've got the Legends in 3D Storm Shadow. Very excited to look at that one. And I'll probably get these guys out as well so we can see Storm Shadow in relation to them. Or at least maybe the Destro, just the regular Destro, just, for space on screen, really. And what was the other thing? Oh, and the Ninja Force Mini-Mate set. We'll be doing that as well. Probably to finish off my Diamond Select Toys unboxing extravaganza. It's been great, though. Massive thank you to Diamond Select Toys for sending me these things. It's phenomenal. I'm very appreciative. And if you want to keep sending that stuff, by all means, I'd be happy to take them on. Anyway, Flaffle, is there a question there? Because I'm not sure. I think there's a bit missing on that one. Oh, did I order from Pulse? No. Dusty, Tiger Force Dusty and Crimson Guard are from Pulse. Big Ben and Range Viper from In Demand Toys from the UK. Yeah, so lots of product to get churning through. So there'll be morning shows. Don't worry, guys. There'll be unboxings or there'll be reports or whatever there'll be. We'll have stuff pretty much every morning for the rest of our lives. So that'll be fun. This kind of I like doing little morning shows. I find them quite a nice way to kind of start the day. And then we can kind of do these. And then if anything else pops up during the day, I can kind of cover it. Or to be honest, if anything pops up today, unless it's huge, unless it's really big kind of reveals and stuff or leaks or whatever, then I'll probably just wait until the weekly on Saturday. But if something does happen today, guys, it's very likely you'll see me. Justin, Pat and I are doing the monthly recording today as well. That is going to be about SDCC exclusives we would like to see in classified. And then the extra might slip into maybe some Super 7 exclusives we'd like to see. So, yeah, we're going to be doing that today as well. And, yeah, that won't be out today. but I'll be editing that over the weekend and hopefully get it to you before next week, probably on Sunday. And the other thing I wanted to say was I linked up with Corey Cantalupe yesterday, and we discussed when it'd be a good time to do the interview. Unfortunately, classic McLeod timing, he's going to be away for about 3 weeks. He's doing PowerCon and he's doing a bunch of other things in that time period. So we'll probably link up after that. So apologies, because I was kind of like telling you guys, we're going to be doing an interview with Corey. It's going to be soon. It's going to be a little bit longer before we do that one, unfortunately. But we'll try and squeeze in a couple other interviews before then. And of course, we've got to get the aftermath of SDCC sorted out with Hasbro, with Super 7. We've got so much work to do, and it's daunting. But we'll get there, and we'll get it all done, and we'll have some cool interviews for you guys very soon. Okay. I think that's pretty much it, isn't it? A few more comments. You're welcome, Flaffle. Sonic Fighters Rock and Roll confirmed, says Jeremy. Of course, I always do that. Don't I always manage to confirm something that's not happening. Suggested name for breakfast show, Full Force English Breakfast with Chris. I like that, Mark. Full English Breakfast, but forced. I like it. I like that a lot. It's the Full Force English Breakfast. I like that a lot. I also have to utilize your... Mark sent me a video and audio of a jingle that he put together for the morning show, and it's hilarious. I'm going to play it at some point. It's just a matter of doing the branding and everything and actually having a morning show every morning. It's going to get to the point where we do have them, and either there'll be unboxings or there'll be, reports. But we do have to kind of start branding this, I think. How fast will Chuckles sell out today? Very, I imagine. But that's going to be going up today. Don't forget, guys. Yeah, July 28th at 12 p.m. Eastern for Premium Pulse members and 1 p.m. for everybody else. If you want Chuckles, get Pulse Premium, says Ben. That's a very good point. And I mean, I get Pulse Premium not just for that, but it does kind of work out shipping wise very, very well for you at the end of the year. If you've ordered 4 things all year, that $50 has paid for it straight away. So that's why I would suggest if you get stuff from Pulse on a regular basis and you're not a Pulse Premium member, fix that, because it pays for it by, like I said, after about 4 things that you ship. So anyway, because it's free shipping each time. It's great. That's just one of the benefits. The other benefit is being able to get the product before it sells out. So yeah, that's another good incentive. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one, which will be tomorrow morning, or it'll be if something happens during the day. You know how it goes. It's been a pleasure, guys. I've had an absolute blast chatting with all of you again. Oh, there's a good shout. Ben got free shipping on the Dragonfly. Big numbers there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, that's it for this one. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay Fresh cheese bags, and these two as well. These two better stay fresh by putting them in their bags again. They actually came with Stay Fresh cheese bags, didn't they? Anyway, after 3, 1, 2, 3, Full Force. Laters.
That's it for this instalment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, Full Force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter at The Full Force, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/The Full Force, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/The Full Force Podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.